And there were no survivors. Oh, that's cute. I expect decent things from this. I didn't even look how the last one did. I should have done that. Yeah, okay. Came in 31st. That's not bad. Lives. Okay. They're gonna give me some. Yep, the classic moon room. If you're gonna give people lives, I do like these. They're fast. They're efficient. Robinson Annulation. Okay, guess we're doing that one. Okay. That's a hexagon. There's no octagon. You know. Nice. I'm noticing a pattern here. So I'm just gonna be about hexagons? If I stand this far over, I think I'm just safe. Well, except for that. Yep, there's another hexagon. My hexagon timing leaves something to be desired there, at least. Okay. Yeah, I'm digging this level. Is that the shtick that they're gonna make larger chain molecules? Yeah, I didn't deserve that. Come on, Charlie. Bye, Charlie. Never get tired of that. Come on, Charlie. Come on. Eh? Huh. Did I miss one? I feel like I might have missed one. Oh, I could toggle it back after I'm done. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this was within range. So that's not that hard. As long as I don't despawn this. Huh. Ah, nope. Poor Charles, indeed. How you doing, our Krantz? Well, what we learned here is that wasn't the way you're supposed to do it. Charlie's life is a difficult one. He know... Oh, never mind. Doing good? Nice. I'm gonna have to look up the name here to see if it makes sense to me after the fact. Okay. Much better. Something to be said for a level that, like, picks a sprite or two and just goes with it. And this is picked too. It's picked Saws, and it's picked Charlie. And I guess it's also picked the platform, but I don't count that quite the same. Because while the platform can kill me, it rarely aggresses me, unlike the other two things. Goes. Doo, 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 doo. One day I'll haul all of that. Not today, but one day. Okay. Wanted one more jump and I didn't get it. Let's see, there's still 10 OLDC levels to do. Not including this one. Well, I've made good progress. I guess also there's the one that got thrown in the Kaizo, that was in the Kaizo bin and got thrown in the standard bin. So. But yeah, I did a bunch of YouTubery nonsense yesterday and got caught up on the stuff I need to do for almost all of the videos. All the OLDC videos. There's still some work to be done, but it's mostly done, and I fixed up a couple bugs I had. There's a stupid copy and paste bug I found. Cannot believe I left that in there. Long story short, YouTube is surprisingly kind about... I should have jumped. About what it will accept sometimes. So, for instance, if you send it a list of things... it will just sometimes go with it and just let you have it. wonder how you get over there. Oh, it's actually mandatory. Okay, I did not read that right at all. But basically, when you're setting tags, if you supply it with an array of things that are split up weirdly, it will instead repackage the whole thing correctly. As in split on commas rather than split on spaces. Because I had a bug in an early revision of one of my playlist management scripts where that would happen. And then I somehow copied and pasted it again, which was stupid of me. Really, I should just have that handled at a different level, but honestly, it's such a pain in the butt. Because YouTube's API is just not very fun to work with. My favorite thing about it is that it has a sort of copy on write semantic, where you have to copy over all of the things you care about when you do a write. This is not normal. Discovered this fact when I was, Xandro wanted to fill in some YouTube holes in his SMW database, SMW hack database, and it turns out that some of my videos were unembeddable, and I'm like, that's weird. So, yeah, it turns out that I wasn't copying over the allow embedding thing in one of my other management scripts. All there was to it. Fixed up the copy to make it correct, and off it goes. Hey, I got the midway! Boop. See, this is a clever thing to do. Shake it up in the second half, make people go the opposite direction. It's not uncommon, but it works really well. I don't think I can cut anything with this. I guess I just need it high enough. Yeah, that's the problem. I need it high enough. Okay. Can that Charlie get to me? Oh, that's close. The left-riding disco shell's the deadliest? Oh, you're not wrong. It's a scary thing. Odyssey came in like 6th. Oh, interesting. That's not what I expected to happen. I thought it would spawn me right on top of the mushroom up here. I guess there must be another checkpoint that puts you here, maybe? It's just so very odd that there's this mushroom there taunting me. It's not a glorious hexagon, though. Okay, so. Yeah, a little bit of momentum management helped there. Did I want to do that? What? Alright, I'll just try to make it then. I don't know. I feel like I didn't do something right. That's really odd. Also, Sixcorby is good enough of a hacker that I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if this level was actually broken. And my expectations of Sixcorby tend to be reasonably high. Don't have a cape. Couldn't get a cape. One Corby for each side of the... You know, I didn't even think about that, but you're not wrong. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a moron. Ugh. What else has been cool? Nah, nothing too exciting. I still need to finish up my MagFest thing. It'd be like an hour, a couple hours of work at most. And there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. So MagFest is a convention that takes place near Washington, D.C., early in the year. Partly focused on music, partly focused on games, partly focused on drinking, based upon some of the people there. But I went for the first time last year, and it was cool. Okay, what's this signaling to me? Like, this saying I shouldn't? It was closer. It says hi. Oh. I'm a moron. I know what they're asking of me now. I'm going backwards. I need to take the springboard all the way back here. That's what they're asking of me. Everything makes more sense. Even these hexagons make more sense now. Because I was like, why are these hexagons here? But yeah, I played a lot of indie games, and I've been meaning to do like a PAX style. Yeah, I played this kind of thing. Played some, put some links to things. Turns out not as many as you'd think are Steam games. A shocking number of them either are Steam games that don't have URL or don't have demos or something to like. That was terrible timing. Or a lot of them are actually like proper homebrew for NES and things. So I do need to set up an emulator, but like that's not that bad. And I think for most of my emulation needs, I can just use MESN, because you just can't go wrong with MESN. Well, the new fancier MESN. But some of them are, and there was at least one where I'm like, I'd like to... There is no demo, but I'd really like to play the demo. If that makes sense. Especially because, like, their trailer was hella old. I didn't show the game off very well, and I really did like that game. It was a block pusher, except you had toroidal nature to it, which was really cool. Okay, so we hit the thing, and then we go back. And look, it's a different challenge! Ah, crap, it's a way different challenge. There we go. It's going the opposite direction. Aha! Alright. I think I'm... Alright, well... I was about to say, as long as I don't drop the spring, I'll be fine. Anyway. Oh, look, an auto-scroller. Okay. An auto-soller. You know, I'm really glad they didn't just shove those straight up Mario's butt. I suspect that was the end of the level, though. And, of course, my anticipation of there being another checkpoint is completely wrong. Oh, well. It's not a very long section. But yeah, just on the list. Things to do. Kind of want to do one for the Japanese indie thing I went to, too, but we'll see if I feel up to that. I don't know. One of those where I'm like, I'm not sure. And an awful lot of the things didn't have demos that were accessible. Because an awful lot of indie developers in Japan are much more focused on the Switch, which doesn't really have the same, like, demo forwardness of Steam. Some of them do have Steam pages, but they also just don't have demos, so that wasn't really helpful. And some of them were inscrutable, and even if I was trying to play them, I wouldn't be able to do much. There was a 3D dungeon crawler. And, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get past the tutorial room. Come on, there we go. That is an oddly tight location to jump. Probably should have just gone for the spin jump. That would have been smart. I'm surprised the saw didn't get me there. Okay. That's where I get hit last time. Could have ducked under that. That would have been fine. This does not shove the saw right up his butt. When's the shoe gonna drop? That's cute. That's not what I was expecting. Okay. Oh, come on! Oh, I was close. Okay. I think now? Alright. Okay. You know what? We'll just take the Octagon for the road. Or Hexagon for the road. I just love the glorious Octagon so much. Deafening notes played in every pitch. Yee. Yellow Switch Palace. Anything in here? Ah, no. No P-Switch jump. Curious how this one did. Came in 4th. Does not surprise me. Look at that. Got the Ump too. Absolutely perfect. But yeah, that went well. That was a good level. That was hard in places, but you know what? It was a lot of fun. And didn't really rely upon any weird gimmick, you know? An awful lot of OLDC levels that do well rely upon some sort of vanilla gimmick you can pull off. And I think the top 3... No, I guess no. Dungeon of Numbers really didn't. Kneel for Accordions definitely did, and Cave of Dizziness did. Did You Like Note Blocks did, speaking of note blocks. But, like, that was just a really solid vanilla level. Like, I can't complain too much. What is OLDC? OLDC is the old school level design contest that smwcentral.net puts on periodically. The basic rule is you can do all of your... you can edit your ROM in Lunar Magic. You can make your level only with using Lunar Magic, no external tooling or anything else. There's other rules too before Max decides to chime in with them. But basically, if you can build it with Lunar Magic and nothing but Lunar Magic, it's fine. That's how it rolls. There are other contests like VLDC that allow for weird compositing rules and custom music. And CLDC, which is all the assembly all the time, go impress your friends with how good of a coder you are, level design contest. And finally, QLDC, which is do the weirdest shit you can think of and make it into a level, and we'll see how it goes. There's probably like 2 or 3 other ones. There's BLDC, which is base ROM level design contest, and KLDC, which is Kaizo level design contest. But those are different. If you build it with Lunar Magic, you still get disqualified. This is true, but so far only one person has managed to do this. QLDC is the one you're familiar with? Yeah, QLDC is fun. I was a judge for the last one. I've been a judge for about half of them, I think. They're a good time. And people make really cool levels. But those are basically CLDC with the guardrails pulled off. How you doing, Olga, by the way? Base level design contest. Love seeing ideas. They've come up with some weird ones. Some weird and scary ones. Alright, I've got to tackle this sometime. I'm gonna go back to 29.